Hey guys, welcome back. It is now the 16th of March. March is just flying by. It feels like yesterday was like the first. My mustache is doing like a Raleigh fingers thing on the end. I really don't want it to. I give it 4 more months and it'll go like that. Anyway, have to start on a little bit of a rough note. One of the original channel that got me into vlogging, Years to You. It was made by Brockford Lee and Promise Hope. Unfortunately, I found out this week that they ended up splitting. She went her own way, he went his own way. I'm gonna link both of their channels in the description box below. The original Years to You, which according to Brock may be changing sometime down the road, the name, and then Promise's channel as well. She hasn't uploaded anything yet, but she literally just made it. I will link both of them in the description below. I wish them nothing but the best in their future endeavors. I know they're having a very mutual separation. They're not bashing one another. They're not doing any of that harsh criticism and whatnot. But it's unfortunate. It's just sometimes life hits you kind of hard and you gotta just roll with the punches. This week though was kind of busy towards the end of it. Thursday I had like 16 appointments I had to drive around to. I had 13 appointments to drive around to on Friday, but then I also had to meet with a lender. And the reason I met with the lender was because I had a feeling that I was kind of getting lowballed from the bank that I'm going to. We had a really good meeting yesterday. It was like an hour and a half, but basically I can expand my search and it's going to offer a lot more in terms of options, because right now the home market absolutely sucks in Wisconsin. I know I mentioned this before, but as of right now, building a home, super expensive. Cost of building, high. Remodeling, the same. It's very high. Renting is also very high. I think I mentioned it in the last video. I went and looked at that apartment. It was like $1,400 by the time everything was said and done. With that much money, you could do a house. So I'm not gonna do renting. There's no way I'm gonna do renting right now because it is literally the exact same amount as getting a house, and I just don't see that as being a viable option. Other good news. I had to use, I hate using credit cards just for the fact that I like having a safety net to go to. If I have a $2,000 bill on my car that I have to get I have to get parts of the engine replaced and I don't have that much money, I can fall on a credit card and then pay that off slowly. That's only when I like using them. Every now and then I'll get a letter from the credit card holder, like Target's a big one. I get a letter from them every like year and a half, somewhere around there, saying, hey, you need to use this or we're gonna turn it off. So, being the stingy person I am with some of my money, I go and buy a bottle of Mountain Dew and I call it quits for like a year and a half until I get another notice in the mail to use it. It paid off though, because they just raised my balance on it. I've had that card since 2011 and they just raised it. It took that long for me to use it enough times for them to actually raise it. So anyway, GameStop basically did the same thing. They're like, hey, you need to use your card. It's not being used, hasn't been used, and in all honesty, I can't remember the last time I used my GameStop card. But I ended up going on their website and buying a few things, which I'll pay off in the next few months. And some of them are actually really cool. I got 2 packages. The first one's coming, or it came yesterday. The second one is coming on Monday. So I'll show that one later on in this video. So this first package only has 2 things in it, and they're kind of small. But look at this. Bulbasaur Pop Funko. That is awesome. He's so cute. Look at those big eyes. They don't have any information on the back about what other ones are going to be coming out, but I know Charmander is on his way, so I'll be getting that one as well. But yeah, he's so cute. The other thing I got, I understand when you buy used games from GameStop, you're not going to get or a majority of the time, you're not going to get the cases with it. And I understand that. But I feel if you're going to ship a used game, when I shipped cards back when I actually had the small business for it, I shipped them in a card sleeve, a normal sleeve, but then I put them in a hard plastic sleeve for added protection, and even that was in a bubble wrapped lined envelope. So there was a lot of protection for just that one little card, which is, you know, you're playing it safe. With GameStop, when they ship the used games, it wouldn't take them a whole lot of extra money to ship it in a jewel case just for added protection. I had Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, the GameCube game, which is one of my favorites from growing up. I haven't had it in a long time. This is how they shipped it. In the case, this envelope is the one that you would find in the store, and then they ship it in another plastic sleeve. Like, I understand you're cutting costs and you're just like, but when you pay 20 something dollars for a GameCube game, throw in the extra few cents and send it in the jewel case. That I don't totally agree with. But the next box or shipment is going to be coming in on Monday, and that one has a lot of nostalgic value to me. So very much looking forward to that one. Okay, so the last few days we've been getting a lot of warm weather, and it's because of that all of our snow is melting. Take a look at this. And because of that, there's a lot of standing water in a lot of locations. One of the locations I had to go to for work looked like this, and I'll play a video right now. Alright guys, so I took a little break just to show you this in one of the areas that I'm working in today. This was supposed to be a little river going underneath a bridge over here. That road over there. This is supposed to be maybe 10 to 15 feet wide. And with all the rain and snow we've been getting, it's literally a lake, and on both sides. That is crazy. So I'm not sure how the wind turned out in that video, so I'm just going to say this right now. That water that you saw was supposed to be a 10 by 15, like a 10 to a 15 foot wide river or a creek that went underneath that little bridge. The fact that it covered acres upon acres upon acres of space blew my mind. And that wasn't the only area. There were multiple areas in that thing where you're looking at 13, 20 acres just completely underwater. And the only I drove by one of them, and the only thing I saw in the field that actually stuck up was a sign that said no trespassing. But we have a lot of standing water. I'm hoping that the people up in those areas can deal with it pretty well, and that the ground soaks it up pretty quickly. It's going to take a while for that to thaw though, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so I am extremely out of breath right now. Was not expecting this. This package finally came. It wasn't supposed to come until Monday, so I'm super excited. I saw the UPS guy driving by and he slowed down in front of our house, so I ran downstairs real quick, got my shoes on, booked out there. I was not ready to burn calories today, but second GameStop box. I want to be careful not to cut this one incorrectly. Okay, it's a good thing I didn't cut too deep. Oh, the nostalgia. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I got 2 systems, and games came with each system, so it was a combo pack for each one. So I got some pros and cons to what I just got in the mail, but I want to show you what it is. Number 1, I got a Nintendo 64. This is awesome. I'm gonna have to try it out, see if it works. So far, it looks good. The bottom is a little scuffed in a couple spots, but overall not bad. I give it a passing grade. The only issue, and I'm watching some Super Beer Bros in the background right now, the only issue is you don't actually get to pick which peripherals come with the console. I have the regular charcoal, gray, black, whatever that color was, console. I have a red controller. So I'm going to have to buy the original gray. I'm gonna have to find one, because apparently on GameStop you can't actually buy which one you want. I think they're like, you may get an orange one, you may get a black one, you may get a green one, who knows. But I am gonna track down the other one and find it. Not to mention this one, I don't know if you could actually see that, it's got some pretty good scuffs on it. The buttons feel good. Buttons feel good. It's just a little scuffed, and it's a weird random color. The other system I got, and this one brings back a whole lot of memories. It was my very first console ever, the Sega Genesis. I'm super excited. The bottom of this one is scuffed up in a bunch of spots. Mainly, they're mainly on the barcodes and stickers on the bottom, with a couple of scuff marks in other areas, but overall not bad. I'm gonna have to test this one out and see if it works, just like the Nintendo 64. The only issue with this one is with the game. The controller, God, I love these controllers. The controller feels amazing. Feels really good. The issue with this one are the games that I got with it. The Sega Genesis was supposed to come with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. I got 2 Sonic 2s. One of the Sonic 2s actually says Sonic the Hedgehog. Like it's supposed to be the first one, but it's not. For the Nintendo 64, I'm extremely pumped. I got Star Fox 64, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Very excited about that one. I've never played that one. This was called the Hero Bundle. Mainly because of this game. Super Mario 64. I'm pumped. I haven't played this one in, what, 2 decades now? Almost 2 decades. So, I'm extremely pumped. I'm going to try out the systems. I'm going to get in contact with GameStop to see what I can do about my game. Maybe send it back to them. We'll see. I'll let you guys know though. So just to go over the bundle again, or the 2 bundles that I got, it looks like this. Ended up getting a Sega Genesis with what was supposed to be Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, but I got 2 copies of 2. Got the Nintendo 64, Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64, and Super Mario 64, sorry. All of the games, the systems work, except for one. The one that was labeled incorrectly. The one that says Sonic the Hedgehog, and then they gave me another copy of 2. That one didn't work. I couldn't get that one to boot up, and I didn't want to take my chance of cleaning it and ruining my chance of maybe sending it back. But I just got off the phone with GameStop, and they're gonna mail another copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 out with 3-day shipping. Should get it by Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around there. And I don't have to replace this one, seeing that it was only like $3 or $4. So, totally cool. Happy with GameStop on this one. So it is now the 24th. It's actually a few days past the last video clip you guys just saw. Mainly because this past week at work was a whole lot of looking at numbers, and it completely fried my brain by the end of the day. So I really didn't have the mentality to vlog anything, or the ambition to vlog anything, which I'm gonna have to work on that, especially if I want to do 2 a week or 3 a week. But a couple things that have popped up. One, before I actually get to those, the red controller that you saw in the video clip, apparently that's one of the more rare solid colors of the Nintendo 64. There are like 20 something different color variations of the controllers, and red is actually well, first of all, they said gray was the most common. If it's the most common, why haven't I found it yet? And then I also got red, and solid red is one of the more rare solid colors to find. So I'm just gonna take it, clean it up as best I can. I find it pretty cool. I got a rare controller. But I did get some more games in the mail this week. Retro games, they all worked. I went through the Sonic 1 game that they had to mail me actually came with the box, and I'll show pictures of the games and the Sonic 1 and everything right now so you can see them and whatnot. I love the box of Sonic 1 just because it brings back so many good memories. Just the box alone, it's very nostalgic for me. The second thing that happened, besides the games, it's with gaming, but I had to go through all of my boxes. I got boxes over here with totes. I had to move my TV over to make room for that. And then I still have all the stuff over here as well. And down there. All of this mojo. I had to go through all of that and a few boxes in my closet as well to find all the cords, the controllers, the games. The stuff was kind of scattered in different boxes, and I wanted to try and get as much of it together as possible so that when I open my box at the new house, all my GameCube stuff is in one box, or all my PlayStation 3 stuff is in one box. A couple systems are still scattered just because that's how the packing went, but majority of the stuff is together now, which is awesome. It's going to save me a buttload of time. I am going to have my hands full when I get my new house as far as making a good entertainment center, because not including console or not including handheld systems or my PC, I have 13 consoles. That is going to do it for this vlog. This was a very big nostalgic vlog for me with all the gaming and everything. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will link Brock and Promise's video or channels in the description box below, and I hope you guys enjoy them. I'm going to watch some Beard Bros edit this film, and I will see you all later. Take care.